you hear a lot of people say or ask, you know, when, there was a fish, when should I start guiding? And you hear people say, start guiding when you're ready to be the one not catching a fish or not shooting the bird. And I was thinking last night, it's actually was kind of funny for me because it's never been about any of that. And I think that was really the time with both my grandfathers, how it's never been about catching the fish or shooting a bird. So for me, it was, you know, there really was no transition. You know, it's everything else. So for me, it's like, it's not easy. I never want to tell somebody guiding is easy because it's 24 hours, maybe not 24 hours, but it's damn close. You know, you're always doing something, you're always on. Might have to put a dropper on. This pool is actually a little more off color than I would have thought. That's what we're looking for. That was a really good fish. Dude, tank in the Catskills on a hopper. Like, that's crazy. For me, I think you're always a better guide and a better teacher when you're doing your favorite aspect of the sport. You know, and for us, a large part of our guiding and experience is really the small streams, getting away from everybody and everything. And especially chasing, I mean, these brook trout are our native fish. And when you can find brookies like this, doesn't get much better. You know, you get tucked in these little pockets, and no matter how old you are, how long you've been doing this, you feel like a little kid. You know, it's just, you start wondering what's around the next bend, what's behind that rock. And that's one thing that we really enjoy doing, and one thing we really enjoy taking people to see. So throughout the Catskill rivers, the Beaverkill in particular here, in the early 1900s, it was really the heyday of travel in this area. Folks would come up by train and trolley from, you know, modern day Manhattan and New York City, Westchester County, and spend their weekends up here fly fishing for trout. So all along the Beaverkill, we have a lot of these really classic traditional pools. Some of them great dry fly fishing, some of them great nymphing water. Amongst a lot of them is Hendrickson's pool. So this is where Roy Steenrod first tied what we now know as the Hendrickson dry fly, named after his friend A.E. Hendrickson. So we have a lot of these classic areas that folks can come and really live in the tradition of Catskill fly fishing. Theodore Gordon is really known as the father of American dry fly fishing. So in the 1890s, Theodore Gordon had some dry flies sent over to him from a friend in England, and he's really attributed to bringing dry fly fishing to the United States, right here in the heart of the Catskills in DeBruce, New York. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
How's it going, man?
Yeah.
Hey, Bree, how are you? Good. I'm excited to get you guys on the river.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we see some rising fish.
So we're gonna gear up, rig some rods, we're gonna hike upstream a good ways, and we'll get after it. What's gonna help you with your distance though, when you do your back cast, do a nice pop off the water. And then when your thumb is pointed to the sky, that's where you want to stop. Think of it like answering the phone. When you hit that point, for a couple casts, look over your shoulder, watch for that line to straighten out. And then when you come forward, give it a good, like how you flick a paintbrush to get the paint off of it, give it a good pop coming forward. There you go, perfect. Nice. So what happens when you actually swing the fly, mend it to get that fly a little deeper, as it comes around, it's gonna start to swing up. That's when it looks like an emerger, and that they just hammer it. Good fish. We're catching fish in some of the most unassuming water. I'm a firm believer, sometimes the biggest fish in the river are in, you know, knee deep or less water. We need bugs. Oh, good fish, good fish. Wet fly. Swinging flies again. We see all of the classic mayfly and caddisfly hatches. Now we're coming into kind of the end of the month of May. So right now we're seeing March browns, we're at the start of green drakes, sulfurs, olives, we've got tan caddis, dark blue sedges. We get a little bit of everything in this region, which is fantastic. I mean, we've got some of the best dry fly fishing in the Northeast. Really anything that you enjoy doing in fly fishing, we've got something that fits you as an angler. Whether it's your first day with a fly rod or you travel the world to fly fish, we have something that can match your level and what you want to do for that day. No, it's a good fish. That's a great rainbow. Another bit of Catskills tradition is really our fly tying heritage. We have a lot of big names in fly tying, from Walt and Winnie Dette, Mary Dette, Harry and Elsie Darby. A lot of these folks really were the pioneers of what we now call the Catskill style of fly tying. So the tradition in Catskill style fly tying really comes down to a few things: the materials, and the proportions of the fly being the big one. So a Catskill style fly really shows upright wings, and it's meant to fish as a dun on the surface of the water. So traditionally we'll see upright wings made out of wood duck flank feathers, the body made of natural fibers, anything from beaver, possum to red fox belly fur, some being very specific for the pattern, as well as the hackle, always featuring an upright hackle, typically heavily hackle, to be able to stand and float through some of these faster running freestone rivers. This type of pocket water, I really enjoy kind of the seclusion of it, for one, and I love just spending the time to really pick apart different sections of water. I hate rushing through a river. You can nymph it, you can streamer fish it, you can wait for good dry fly fishing, and really this type of pocket water fishes well all day, all year. Something that I always appreciated about spending time with my grandfathers too is that sitting around listening to them tell stories from the outdoors is that there was always more to the day than the fishing or the hunt. The point of the story was never about a limit of birds or a stringer full of fish. It was the misses, the how and when and who was there and what went wrong. To me, those are the times in the stories that you look back on. That's really what I love about this.
How many bugs would you say there are right now?
Right now, bug count, 1,000,005.
Maybe 6.
Maybe 5.5.
Watch your tippy tip there, brother.
You watch my tippy tip.